Yo, 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 we back. We back, but we ain't never leave. Cause like I said, got other stuff going on. But first time here, like, share, subscribe, comment. Um, this video is a little late. My bad, Jamal. He got on me about this, but this video is a little late. But we gonna get into it. But before I do that, I want to remind y'all that Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern, Don Miller podcast. I'm gonna put the link once again in the description box. Some heavy topics on there. We really get into it on there. So y'all seen the first two videos that I did talking about this topic. I haven't done a video since pretty much she was sentenced, whatever the case is. And just to be honest, I'm still on the free Britney Griner stance. She still should be incarcerated over there. She definitely being used as leverage and a pawn and a game between two old white men. Right? It's no other way to say it. Right? Which is typically the case. Right? Like I said, she definitely should be home. She definitely should be free. She's definitely caught up in a bigger game. But, however, comma, it's not one of them cases where Britney Griner comes home at all costs. And I don't really care about the color. People talking about the color, talking about the profile, the status. I don't care about none of that, to be honest. What they're talking about exchanging for Britney Griner, the guy they talking about, I don't know if any of y'all ever seen Lord of War. Lord of War was based on a Russian American. I think he was an immigrant. I don't know if it was his parents were born in Russia and migrated here, and then he was born, him and his brother was born, or if it was a case where they was born there and the whole family came over. I can't remember that part, but he grew up in New York City, grew up in the the Russian section, like the Russian hood of it. I think Brooklyn, if I ain't mistaken, or Queens. It's one of them. But poor immigrant, found out a way to make some money, messing with dealing arms. Right, started off as a novice, figured out he was good at it. What the guy wound up doing was he became morally bankrupt. I mean, that's the best way to say it. He stopped caring about who he sold weapons to, right? So we gonna call a spade a spade. We know other people do that. We know countries that do that, right? That's when you know your topic important. So he began to deal arms to whoever. He had no conscience. He had no moral compass, right? He was fueling a lot of the genocide acts that was going on there in I want to say Southern Africa, like the Horn of Africa. I want to say in that area. He was personally fueling a lot of that because he was selling weapons to the criminals, the warlords, and they was in turn taking them same weapons and killing whole villages of women and children. Right. He also sold a lot of weapons that killed a lot of American soldiers, service members. Right. That part I don't care about because you know what you signed up for. That's a part of it. You know what come with it. You know the dangers that come with that. But the innocent village of women and children is unforgivable. Like, for me, that just puts everything on a high level, right? So if Brittany Griner got to do 9 years in Russian prison to make sure that a person like him doesn't get out, because now to me you're setting the standard of I can snatch an American and I can get my homie out, right? Some war criminal, some espionage type person. Like there is no, you know what I'm saying? Like you're setting a precedence when you do that. That's what I personally feel. Like you're setting a precedence. So that means if a American of some kind of, okay, think about it. America got a crazy, especially basketball, got a crazy presence in China, right? So somebody in China snatch LeBron or one of them, right? And say, yeah, we want him, and him out. And then people around the world start doing these same type of things, not because they got a problem, not because you did something wrong, just because they can snatch you and gain leverage over the United States government to get someone free that they want to be free. To me, you're setting that stage for that. And this ain't got nothing to do with color. Because you got the dude willing in there with her. And Griner definitely should get out before he get out. I explained that in my last video why. He definitely should get out. He should definitely not get out before Griner. Like, he shouldn't even be part of that situation if you ask me. But, it's definitely a crazy game. It's definitely, like I said, she definitely shouldn't be in there. We're not going to debate that part. 9 years is definitely a harsh sentence for what they saying that she got caught with in her possession, right? Now, one thing you can't do is tell people how to govern their country. And then one thing you also got to look at is Russia probably looking like, hey, you Americans put Negroes in jail for less than that, for longer than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, well, when y'all locked up a bunch of black people for paraphernalia, right? Because, I mean, that's really what it boils down to when she got caught was really at this point, because it's so microscopic of a amount she got caught with, it's damn near just paraphernalia, right? So who was America to talk? Who was the American government to talk about incarcerating Negroes for trivial matters, right? Like, what we doing here? Like, I told you, I look at things through a different lens. I just look at things for what it is. You gotta take the emotional factor out. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people want to just have a reactionary, emotional response. And it's like, no, you gotta look at this with logic. They gave her 9 years because another reason, because they know that if they gave her 2 years, she would have rolled them 2 years out. It'd have been no negotiation. It wouldn't have been, yo, give us her, we give you him, or give you him, or whatever. There'd have been none of that. So, you know, with a 9-year sentence, that kind of, it keeps the American people attention, right? And it keeps the attention of the government like, damn, that's crazy. Gave her 9 years for that. You know what I'm saying? No, we need to get out, get her home. But like I said, they gave her 2 years. They gave her 3 years. Maybe they gave her 5 years. Nah, she got to walk that out. The United States government will be sending her JPay. But, like I said, then you got to look at it from the Russian standpoint, too. Like I said, you got to look at the Russian government, too. They definitely over there probably. I mean, I'm telling you was said on when you leave America, when you go to Europe, when you go over there, these types of things are really said. You know what I'm saying? So there's no doubt in my mind they looking like, what America government bugging for? They've been doing this 50 years. I'm exaggerating. No, I'm exaggerating by a little bit, but 50 years y'all been doing this. Which was just with the mass incarceration part. I mean, that's more like 40 years. But, you know, with that part, you know what I'm saying? But, because if I was Russian, that's how I'd be looking like, y'all bugging. We only gave a 9. Y'all be giving dudes dubs, 30s, and 40s and all that. We only gave a 9. She probably only going to do 7, right? But this is a game that take your emotion out of it. Don't get emotionally invested in this. I know it's easy to say. I ain't talking to a family. I am not talking to a family. I'm not talking about nobody that personally know her, anybody that personally love her. I'm not talking to none of them. I'm not talking to none of them. But the American, the peanut gallery kind of have a stand down moment, right? Because this game is bigger than what your mind can understand. And the last thing you want to do is assist with the feeding of a crazy narrative. You know what I'm saying? Because it becomes kind of productive, and it actually helps Russia. Believe it or not, like they scan our news like we scan their news. They scan our news like we scan China news. China scan our news like they scan Japan news. Like I'm telling you how this works, right? So they hear the rhetoric, they hear what the American people are saying. They on the internet, they reading the blogs, they reading, you know what I'm saying? Or they see in the posts, free Griner, or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? But just be careful what you put out there as well, because like I said, it definitely helps feed what they're pushing, right? Especially when you got people over here that's like, oh no, she deserved to be she deserved to be in jail. Keep her in jail. She a criminal. She a lesbian. You know, people going all. She's black. You know what I mean? That people go into all these different avenues, and you know what I'm saying, where it becomes kind of productive. But it's one of the things that, you know, publicly I would promote the freeing of her, right? If I was going to like go to social media or something. Like today, I'm still pushing the freedom of her, to free her. It just can't come at all costs. Because one Britney Griner is not worth 100 African children. That's just my stance. That's just my stance. Because if dude get out, he gonna go back to doing that. We already got people out here that was doing it with him, started doing it after he got booked. Like, we always know it's gonna be somebody to take their place. Nah, we don't need him out here amongst that, because he was one of the best at it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, he was. And that's one less one we got to worry about. I know you probably got 100 more of them. Well, we need to find a way to get all 100 of them. Not add to it. Like I said, one Britney Griner is not worth 100 African children. She just not. That's just my take. You know what I mean? Like I said, for her family, those that love her, she's worth 1 billion African children. You know what I'm saying? And if I was over there, I'll tell you, it's not worth it. Like, it's not worth the pain and chaos that person could bring. Well, we already got pain and chaos out here, and that person just adds to it tremendously. You know what I'm saying? Like, so no, I mean, unfortunately, like, she's probably gonna get set free. They probably got your man Dennis Rodman on his way over there, if he not over there already. He got the green light to go over there and negotiate on the behalf of the United States. And you know what's crazy? Because I got told this the other day, like, yo, you know, Dennis on his way over to Russia, and I said, you know what? He the one person that probably can free her. I don't know what Dennis got. I don't know. I think they look at Dennis like he's not a threat. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't affect policy here. You know, he's a basketball Hall of Famer. You know, he do a lot of he push a lot of international like rights, and like around different countries and stuff. Like he do a lot of human rights activism type things. So I think it's one of them things, like, man, this guy had a dress on before. Nobody worried about him. Like, and long ago, like I said, he a NBA basketball Hall of Famer. You know what I mean? Like, he's non-threatening. He's black, right? So, I mean, same thing he did in North Korea. You know what I mean? You know, him and Yang Kung-yan, whatever his name is. You know, they had a crazy, they had a crazy rapport, crazy relationship, whatever that was about. So, I mean, maybe he could pull it off, which I think he could. I really don't think that's a crazy idea. I really don't think that's just throwing something at the wall to see if it stick. I really think Dennis Rodman could pull that off. Probably a little better than probably better than the American government can. Now, even with Dennis involved in the negotiations, I don't know what is going to be the compromise. I don't know what they're going to say what they want in return. That part I don't know, right? But I think he could pull it off. I hope he pull it off. You know what I mean? I hope he pulls it off. I hope she's reunited with her wife, reunited with her loved ones, her teammates, the community wherever she come from. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just it can't come at all costs. Like there's a bigger play than Britney Griner. Like there's a bigger play than me. It's a bigger play than all of us. You know what I mean? And that's just the ugly part. And I mean, it's just a constant reminder for anybody out there that's watching this that you're thinking about traveling overseas. Just be on your P's and Q's, man. It's not like America. It's not. You know what I mean? Things you may can get away with here or get minimum here, like especially going to a place like Russia, you going to a place like Germany, you going to a place like you got parts of Italy, you got, you know what I'm saying? Like you got parts of the Middle East that you ain't gonna play. Go to Dubai or Saudi Arabia or Qatar or go to one of them places with that nonsense. Turkey or something. Go there with that nonsense. Anybody that's a part of that UAE, go there with that nonsense. They gonna get you right. They gonna get you super right. So it's just, you know what I mean? Like, go over there, have a good time, but behave yourself. Be on your best behavior. Because even them, like, we got, besides Iran, and Russia. But, them other places I said, they got relationships with the United States, but they ain't got to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got to do nothing. You got Americans over there right now in prison for doing dumb stuff. Service members and civilians. You just do. You know what I mean? They ain't getting no negotiation. They ain't getting no, you know what I mean? They doing their bid. Sorry, not sorry, it's just the truth. You know what I mean? And I know, and I get it though. Like this reason has nothing to do with really ultimately what they said was in her possession. Because the first one went from a high amount to a trivial amount, or whatever she got caught with. But anybody with a half a brain knew from the beginning this had nothing to do with what she got caught with. Like, I'm definitely on board with that. That's why even more I say, no, you need to get her home, but it just can't come at all costs. There has to be a line of demarcation where it's like, okay, we want a home, we're willing to negotiate, we're to give you a man over here, a homie over here, but we can't give you that. You know what I'm saying? Because we got KGB and all that in American prisons. Yeah, give them a couple of them. They old anyway. They probably don't want them. They about to check anyway. But, I mean, I think it's about 20 minutes, almost 20 minutes, man. I think y'all spent a couple minutes with me, man. I owe Jamal this video. I know it's a little late. But like I said, you can catch me on the Don Miller podcast, Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't meet me there, beat me there. We keep the topics flowing. We're going to keep this going. We're going to educate us, man. We're going to make sure we right. You know what I mean? But like I said, your first time here, like, share, subscribe, comment. Appreciate y'all for stopping through. See me on Thursday. If I don't make another video before then, check me out on Thursday. I'll see y'all there.